All right. All right. So in this video, we're going to get into our Mortgage Go system overview and demo and explain pretty much all the high level details and how we can add Fortitude. All right, so in this video, we're going to get into the mortgage growth system overview and demo and basically all the high level details and explain exactly how we can add 4 to 10 deals to your pipeline each month for as little as $230 per month. But I want to start off with who we are. So we established our company in 2016. Since then, we've generated well over 1 million mortgage leads. We've funded well over 1 billion deals for our clients, and we're an approved and vetted vendor with over 20 different companies. We have experience working with 2,000 plus loan officers and agents, and we've done well over $1 million in advertising spend. We're also a Facebook or Meta certified partner agency. And one other thing I'll point out is this is the only industry we work with, unlike many of our competing agencies. We figured we want to be the best in this, and that's exactly what we're striving for, and I believe we are achieving. So this is what we do for loan officers and agents. We help you grow predictably, right? This is done through a combination of online lead generation, breakthrough technologies, trained telemarketers, and personalized coaching that replace ineffective and outdated strategies. We believe this industry in general is far behind the curve when it comes to online advertising and the use of modern technology in general. And due to this fact, most loan officers are lacking in the abundance of opportunities to generate new business that they could and should have on a daily basis. And that brings me to the 3 pillars of our program and the offer we're going to discuss today. So our 3 pillars look like this. We have lead generation. We consider that opportunities, lead conversion, that's systems and people, and momentum coaching. That's where you get insights. So we'll dive right into each one. Pillar 1. This is lead generation. This first step is all about creating opportunities with both new people and realtors, but it definitely begins with lead generation. Our lead generation process taps into the algorithms and behavioral data of the Facebook and Instagram platforms to show mortgage ads that are branded to you to people who've recently shown interest in getting a mortgage or buying a home. Those people complete a long form questionnaire as they become a lead, providing you complete contact information, credit scores, buying goals, locations, and a lot more. Basically, all the details you need to know to understand if you can help them and how you can help them. After they fill out that long form questionnaire, they can automatically schedule a call with you on a booking calendar, and the appointment will be right on your calendar. And this part here is really important. 95% of the leads generated are not engaged with the realtor yet, which is where our agent stacking strategy comes into play. And I will get into that more in a minute. But pillar 2, this is lead conversions. This next step is where world-class automations and systems come into play. After a lead enters their information, our system automatically sorts that lead based on how they answer their questions, segmenting the leads by those who are likely to qualify and those who are not. Again, it's important to focus on good leads, not necessarily every lead out there. Our automations will fire off the appropriate campaign for qualified and unqualified leads using text, email, ringless voicemails, and more to simplify the connection process and reduce the time it takes to convert leads into applicants. And yes, we get the question a lot. So yes, you can actually make phone calls right from the CRM or the phone app. The CRM, well, it's your organization and automation hub. We've set it up to be super easy to use with drag and drop functionality. Automated drips are ready to go for any post-call outcome you may have, like for those people who still need to apply, for people who are a couple of months from moving forward, and many others. In fact, we have over 50 ready-to-go campaigns available. And lastly, as an option, you can select to use our telemarketing team to book the leads for you. They make hundreds of calls per month and set appointments for you right on your calendar, or they live transfer them to you. Now, as for pillar 3, this is our momentum coaching. This last step is where we ensure you're able to maximize what's possible with our marketing systems. Our momentum coaching calls are really the most important part of this. We hold live Zoom calls 3 times per week to fit your busy schedule. We'll be able to control and see your computer so you can get over the shoulder assistance, just like we're in the office with you. And we teach you the best practices for converting leads. On top of this, we also have a huge library of training videos and documents available in many formats if you prefer to learn on your own. And lastly, we're always just a click away. We're easily accessible and provide top-notch support. It's one of the accolades we receive from our clients all the time. So you can schedule a call with us at any time, and we'll answer most emails within an hour or two to make sure you're not stuck or confused. Now that you've seen our basic process and what we do, let's briefly cover our most important powerful strategy. That's agent stacking. I mentioned this a little bit earlier. Agent stacking is a process that can turn just about every deal from leads into another deal from a realtor. This is a foot in the door for establishing lasting referral partnerships. I'd say think about being a referred lender here, preferred lender here. And next is our agent stacking strategy. I did mention this earlier. Agent stacking is a process that can literally turn just about every deal you get from leads into another deal from realtors. This is a foot in the door for establishing lasting referral partnerships. Think preferred lender here. After generating well over 1 million leads, we know beyond a shadow of a doubt that 95% of the leads that you'll get do not have a realtor they're working with. This should be a light bulb moment for you without me having to say a lot more, but the agent stacking strategy is a referral partnership builder. It's also it's a reverse approach to what most loan officers are taught to do to build referrals. Not only does it give you more leverage, but it also eliminates the stuff you probably don't like cold calling, coffee meetings, and all around butt kissing with realtors. When you have our system in place, not only can you provide something to an agent before you ask for something in return, but you also have something you can physically show them, that you can provide them business and do so repeatedly and consistently. Now on to agent stacking. This is the strategy I mentioned earlier. It's a process that can turn about every deal you get from leads into another deal from realtors. This is a foot in the door for establishing lasting referral partnerships too. I'd say, think about being a preferred lender with this. After generating over 1 million leads, we know beyond a shadow of doubt that 95% of the leads do not have a realtor they're working with. This really should be a light bulb moment for you without me having to say much, but this strategy is a referral partnership builder. It's also a reverse approach to what most loan officers are taught to do to build referrals. Not only does it give you more leverage, but it also eliminates the stuff you probably don't like, the cold calling, coffee meetings, and all around butt kissing with realtors. When you have our system in place, not only can you provide something to an agent before you ask for something, but you also have something you can physically show them, that you can provide them business and do so repeatedly and consistently. Many of you have been able to do this occasionally in the past, and perhaps you tasted the power of this strategy, but few of you have been able to do this consistently. This is quite powerful. You'll be able to position yourself differently than most loan officers and provide an extra level of value that most of them just cannot do. The real key is you will be able to demonstrate your system and prove what you can do. And when you provide the first deal, you should request a referral in return. It's a fair bargain for the realtor to be able to benefit from your investment. While most loan officers don't invest in our systems jointly with a realtor, we do have a co-marketing option where we can split bill each party 50-50. This is definitely better than chipping in on Zillow leads. If you've done this before, you already know that most of those leads already have a lender, so you're really not getting any benefit. You're just giving money to a realtor. And it's definitely a better proposition for the realtor than them having to give up 35% of their commission with Opcity leads. With the high level basics now covered, I'm going to get into what we're able to offer and how all this works. So this is how you could participate in one of our programs for as little as $230 per month. So if you've talked with us before, even another agency offering something similar, you probably already know most of our competitors are charging $2,500 to $5,000 per month, typically closer to the $5,000 mark for a similar service. Of course, this is where I also have to point out another thing. Out of all our many competitors, we know of just one who's been around as long as us. And there's certainly something to say about experience and longevity. Truthfully, though, if you were to join our programs under normal payment structures, our pricing is not that much different than these other options. To provide all the stuff we do, it can't be. But of course, we're about to cover how you're able to participate with us at costs that are so low. But a quick recap on what we're providing you. Live exclusive leads, daily world-class lead follow-up automations, plug and play database reactivation campaigns, appointment setters to make the calls. Of course, that's optional. We have live one-on-one help via Zoom 3 times per week. And when you work with us, you get more experience generating and converting leads than you will find anywhere else. That's really one of the biggest things we provide. And some of our packages actually even include lifetime support and service without paying us recurring fees. So of course, big bang for your buck here. You have the ability to do all this for as little as $230 up to about $369 per month. So at this point, I'm going to get into our packages. We really have 3 main options to choose from. We have a done for you, a lifetime training, and a lifetime hybrid. We do have other programs like the co-marketing one I mentioned earlier, but 95% of the people we work with choose one of these 3 options. So that's what I'm going to cover here today. If you talk to a rep, they can cover some of the other options for you. We have this Venn diagram that I like to show people frequently. It is on our website and many other places that kind of explain the strengths and benefits of each program and why you might want to fit within each, but I'm just going to break it down for you here. So our client done for you program, this one we launched in 2016, and basically it works like it sounds. We do really everything we can for you that we legally are allowed to, which basically means everything but sell the loan, including creating and optimizing Facebook and Instagram ads, creating landing pages and marketing funnels branded to you, automated appointment scheduling, lead follow-up CRM setup and automations. And what you would do with us is really easy. Onboarding is about a 1 to 2 hour process. And we can do this with you on a Zoom call, or you can just follow our instructions, do it yourself. And of course, your other job would be to talk to leads and do a little bit of steering of the CRM automations, of course, done with our guidance. Now, we do have month-to-month options. We have 3-month options with lead quantity guarantees of 240 leads. And we even have 6-month discounted options. And like I said, a few others. In summary, though, this is our most hands-off package. This is a great fit for loan officers who are already busy and want to grow, with as little time involvement as possible. That's pretty much that one. So moving on to the opposite side of the spectrum, this is our Done With You program, our student program. This launched in 2018, and this is how it works. It's a Done With You program. It is not DIY, do it yourself. It's done with you. We literally do all the hard parts. What you do are the easy parts. You have 100% guidance on that too. You're not going to have to figure out what works or how to do anything. We got you covered there. Now, true, this program isn't a fit for everyone, but it's hands down the best bang for the buck and a great fit for some, because as the name suggests, lifetime standard training. This means this program includes a lifetime service and support without recurring fees paid to us. What we do for you here is we give you that one-on-one hand-holding support 3 times per week via Zoom calls, where we control your computer to make sure you're doing everything 100% correctly. We have proven ad text that is constantly updated that you'll just simply copy and paste. We have precise click-by-click video tutorials on all aspects of Facebook ads and actually a few other things. Now, what we do for you here, we also build every piece of your marketing system. This is the hard stuff that we don't want you to do. We're going to do this for you. So that means we're creating landing pages, lead capture forms, CRM setup and automations, booking call setup, all the integrations. There's a lot of stuff here, but you don't have to worry about it because we are doing this stuff. Now, if you are comparing this to our Done For You program, there are a few little differences here. One thing is you're going to have your own Facebook ad manager account. That actually takes like 1 minute to set up. It's free. And you will also need your own software programs. Of course, that's the stuff we build out. At the end of the day, you own this stuff, right? You're owning the system here. I'm going to explain that more, but that's why you would have a few extra things here. Now, we get the question a lot too. All these programs, software programs, they're web-based. That means you're not downloading stuff. They are third-party programs, so you pay for them directly with that provider, but we do show you exactly what to get. Now, on top of all this, we have a huge library of training videos and documents, so you can learn on your own if that's your style. And just like the previous program, we answer emails quickly and we're always just a click away. In summary, this is a bit more hands-on, but it's also our most affordable package. All you're really doing here is learning where a few buttons are, clicking a few buttons and copying and pasting some text. And of course, talking to leads, just like the other program. You could be generating leads within about 5 to 8 hours of time invested. So it's not huge. In my opinion, this is good for loan officers who want to, have the minimum investment possible. Perhaps they enjoy being more involved with their own marketing. And again, they don't mind clicking a few buttons and joining some Zoom calls. Now, for our last program, this is our Done With You / Done For You program. It's a hybrid. This program is basically a combination between the two we just covered. Everything that's true for the last program, Lifetime Standard Training, is true here. The only difference is we treat you like a Done For You client for the first 3 months. So like the previous program, you would own the whole system. We run and manage and optimize everything for 3 months. This allows you to get a quicker start. It's a little bit more hands-off in the beginning. And that in that case, it's very similar to the Done For You program. Now, if you're curious, after the first 3 months, what happens is you essentially become a lifetime standard trainee. You enjoy all the same benefits as they do. And that's the previous program. Or if you want, you can choose to continue with ad management services on a month-to-month basis. And these are actually at a discount over our Done For You program. This is really the best of both worlds and has become a very popular option due to this. lower investment plus faster start plus no recurring fees paid to us. So it's a great program for many. So like the Done With You program, if you like that one, but you want to spend a little less time up front, this could be a great fit for you. So I do like to just compare those real quickly, all ways so you understand that. I like to use an analogy that should make a lot of sense to you. We compare this to being like a renter versus a homeowner versus rent to own, right? So our Done For You program, you're basically a renter, right? We essentially own everything other than the leads. You own those, just so you know, but we take care of all the maintenance for you, just like a landlord, right? If your heater went out, you'd call them and they would fix it. So you rent from us on short-term commitments. The next is the opposite, right? It's our Done For You lifetime program. You own everything, right? And if you consider us the builder in this instance, what we do is we give you a step-by-step, always updated manual, and you get lifetime support to guide you on everything you need now and everything in the future, which of course most builders in real life wouldn't do. And then the hybrid, again, pretty much the same thing, except for we're managing the whole process for the first 3 months. So that's why we say it's kind of like rent to own. So just so you're super clear, this is what's included with every single program. So we build all the hard stuff, the tech, the marketing funnels, that's all built for you. We have live Zoom coaching calls 3 times per week, specifically for Facebook ad stuff. So if you're on our 2 hybrid or a lifetime programs, that's what that's for. And then we also have a separate set of 3 times per week calls that help you address lead conversions, sales, CRM usage. And just if you're curious, our coaching calls always address everyone's questions one-on-one. It's not like this big group thing where we're teaching something and you don't get your question answered. Everybody gets their questions answered. So all you have to do is show up and you're going to get your question answered. So in total, though, we actually have 8 hours per week of opportunities to literally work with us one-on-one via Zoom calls. This is how we can 100% ensure your success, no matter what program you're in. And then lastly, is our ISA and telemarketing team. This is an optional add-on for any program. They're also available for your aged leads, or if you have other lead sources, they are technically a standalone option that we own and control. This is not outsourced like almost every one of our competitors. They all outsource their call team. We actually have, this is our own call team. And so we get to make sure it's the best of the best. So all of our reps are English, Spanish, bilingual, fluent, and they speak American English without accents. They all have 5+ years in US call center experience. They follow strict adherence to compliance regulations, and they're going to set appointments or live transfer leads to you. That's your choice. They'll call every single lead a minimum of 10 times per month. And there's no limit to the number of leads they can actually handle. So costs on this can actually be rolled into our low monthly payments as well. So at this point, I'm going to get into the nuts and bolts and the pricing to a certain degree. So it's worth reminding you at this point what I mentioned earlier. Our less experienced competitors offer similar programs that charge $25,000 to $5,000 per month. They all want this much upfront. Some of them want all 3 months upfront, but we're excited to offer something much better. So let's break down the cost ranges basically for each program on this special offer. First off, our Done For You client option would start at $350 per month or less. And that's if you didn't have appointment setters. If you add in appointment setters, it's going to be around $370 per month or less. Now, what's included: 3 months of service, 240 leads guaranteed. Everything's done for you, and it shouldn't take you more than 2 hours to onboard. Of course, the app setters are optional. Our student program, Done With You, that's just $270 per month or less without appointment setters, $310 per month or less with appointment setters. Again, we're building all of your systems. We're providing you with all the proven materials for advertising, click-by-click tutorials online, lifetime Zoom and email support, and lifetime of updates on everything. And then lastly, our hybrid program. So that would start at just $300 per month or less without appointment setters, and about $350 per month or less with appointment setters. Again, the same thing that's included in the previous program, except we're doing 3 months of ad management and system management and a few other minor perks with it. So you may be asking, where's that $230 per month pricing? If you saw those previous slides, right, we say or less, which means you may have to invest just that little. And I'm about to explain this. So I'll start with this though. Lucky for you in the career you have, right? Most people can't afford to buy a home with cash. That's why your career exists, to help people finance what they cannot afford to buy outright today. Our ability to offer this low cost option is really very much the same thing. There's no way we could slash our prices or be 10 times cheaper than other people and provide all that we do and be the best in the industry. We'd go out of business tomorrow. What we're doing here is really the same thing. We're helping people get what they want and need right now with low amortized monthly payments instead of having to pony up a bunch of cash right up front. We've reduced your investment to this low price by partnering with a third-party funding company. So when you decide to participate with us, you would apply for funding through them. And once approved, you'd have the cash in hand and you'd pay us. The funding process is pretty simple too. And the best part is you can literally get started with no out-of-pocket expenses. Your first payment isn't due for 30 days. There are no prepayment penalties either. So if you're curious if you would qualify or not, you would need a 620 credit score or better, 2 years of income where you can prove 40K or more per year. If you're at an employer, if you're an employee, you need to have 8 months with that current employer, or you need to be in business for 2 years if you're own your own business. There's also a few flexibilities around recently discharged bankruptcies. To apply, obviously, first thing you need to talk to a rep to determine the right program for you. Once you do that, they'll give you the exact amount to apply for. You can apply in 1 minute. The funding company will do a soft credit pull. And then if they, pre-qualify you at that point, they're going to say, hey, provide us with 2 years of W-2s or 1099s. They'll give you a few funding options to choose from, ranging from 2 to 5 year terms. Once you make a decision on their options, you'll have 100% of the funds transferred to you in just a few days. And then we're off to the races and get you going 1 to 2 weeks. To summarize, though, this can be super quick. So talk to a rep. That usually takes 30 to 45 minutes, maybe an hour. You would get the funding. It's going to take about 5 to 7 days. And then you take care of our invoice and onboard in about 2 to 5 days. So as I wrap this up, I want to make sure you understand why we have this low cost participation program, because there is one primary reason, and it's not to make more sales. It's actually because we've been doing this for years. And we know the biggest hurdle with this is time. We wanted to help people buy the time they need to convert leads into deals, into commission checks. This is absolutely one of the most overlooked aspects of participating in any lead generation or marketing program out there. It's planning for the time it takes to convert leads, because this is what a lot of people forget. The lead conversion timeline looks like this. And before we get into this, I want to point out, if you're getting live exclusive leads, which is what we provide, it's not like you're going to get 240 leads on the day you start. They're going to get spread out evenly over the course of 3 months. So knowing that the leads arrive each day, then phone appointments happen with them, then the app is taken, then pre-qualification starts. Once the lead is pre-qualified, they go shop for a home. Then the lead finds a home, the loan closes, you finally get paid. Let's get real, right? Each of these steps could easily take 1 to 4 weeks. That means in best case scenario, you probably won't have your first commission check from a deal from these leads for at least 8 weeks. And in a more typical scenario, it's often 3 to 4 months. It's very easy to be heavily invested in ROI negative for quite a while due to this when you're spending $2,500 up to $5,000 per month with competitors. And that's the beauty of this offer. You could easily have your first app before you spent a dime out of pocket. And you could also be ROI positive before you've even spent $1,000. In my opinion, this really makes us a no-brainer for you. We've massively lowered the barrier of entry. We've also bought you the time to close deals before you've spent much money at all. And don't forget, the most important thing, you should understand finances, I hope. Since there are no prepayment penalties on these funds, there's absolutely no reason you should pay much in interest fees at all. Close a few deals, then pay it off well ahead of your terms. So we've set this up to be a win for you. If you haven't scheduled a call at this point, I would recommend just going to our website. You'll see a big button, probably several actually, mortgagegrowthsystem.com, where you can schedule a call. If you've already scheduled a call, great. We look forward to talking with you. And hopefully this information provides you with what you need. And if for some reason you have scheduled a call and you're seeing this right now and you think, oh, whoa, this is not for me, that's okay. You can cancel your call and that's totally fine. And maybe we will connect with you again in the future. Thank you so much for watching this video.